Hey, brother.
Are you laughing at my brother?
Hey, Romano.
Yo, what's up?
Is that why you slap my brother around in public?
I didn't slap you.
You need me, brother.
You need me, brother?
Whatever happened to Am I my brother's keeper? Huh?
This is what happened.
Hey, brother.
Nice.
You're my older brother, and I love you.
Oh, he is truly his brother's keeper.
Yeah. That's the car. That's the car rolling over, isn't it?
The only thing that gives me more joy than that sound is his face on my soundboard map visual that I've made for myself. Come on and check it out. You might see a few others that you want me to press.
Oh my god. We need to put an HDMI on yours so we can see these, dude. Oh my god.
I would love to figure out how to not have this up here, but if I could make whatever thing I've got here flash on the screen when I hit the soundboard.
You can always airdrop it to me. Take a screenshot, Command-Shift-4. Oh, I just did something you're able to do.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, you want the screenshot.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
You could do that. Dude, this is so funny.
I can't believe you haven't seen this yet.
There he is. Oh, that's hilarious. Just stand by for incoming airdrop of this screenshot.
I just texted it to you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, man.
Shillip.
Well, welcome to the cast.
Welcome to Familiar Sounds. Per usual, you're listening to this on a Saturday, and we recorded it on a Wednesday. So there's a little bit of a gap in relevancy.
They didn't have to know that. They could have just assumed it was all happening.
No, they need to know. They need to know.
Or maybe we're on a boat.
Wow, that's a long horn.
It's a big boat.
I can't even get a word in. All right, here we go.
That's what we're working with so far.
Hold on, I'm going to switch the camera angle over. Remind me to change that back, because
Okay.
last time I never changed it back.
I'll try.
All right. So we got the Buster,
Hey, brother. Hey, brother. Hey, Romano.
and then we got Michael Corleone.
You're my older brother, and I love you. Is that why you slap my brother around in public?
I chose that image because it's Sonny poking him in the face. It was the closest thing to a slap that I could find visually
No, that's good.
of Michael Corleone, so I always know that's what that one means.
That's good.
And then
You straighten my brother out.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the vibe of his face in that picture.
Yeah, that's excellent. And then we got Peaky Blinders.
That
row.
one's easy.
Are you laughing at my brother?
John.
Yep.
You need me, brother.
Thomas and Arthur.
Look at your smile, brother.
Arthur. Can you do that one again?
Look at your smile, brother.
Look at you, bro.
Such an old-timey thing to say.
Yeah. Is he wasted during that scene?
That's when he's you remember Oswald Mosley throws the fascism party and they attend because he's using it to get inside stuff, but Mosley privately tells Arthur to come in the black shirt outfit, and Thomas is all pissed because like someone got through him and got to Arthur, and Arthur's all cranked up at that party, and then he like collapses in the basement, and that's when Tommy goes down, and
Look at your smile, brother.
that's what brings Arthur back. Then we got Wesley Snipes.
Whatever happened to Am I my brother's keeper? Huh?
That's one of my faves.
That's such a good one.
Samuel L.
Oh, he is truly his brother's keeper.
Yep.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
That's so good.
And I was waiting to use this organically, but
We're waiting.
It makes for such a good thumbnail.
I almost cut the middle of it out, and I was like, nope. It's that silence that makes it perfect.
waiting.
And it's just his exact face.
Yep. And then this next row, these are ambient, right?
I'm going to do I can actually do a radio skit of the car crash kid. You ready for this?
Yeah, yeah. It is raining. Except that's like the emotional drop and not a car crash, but
I know.
I love what you've done.
I need an actual car crash noise.
Why didn't you end it with the monkeys?
I was trying to recreate the car crash kid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the rest of them are pretty self-explanatory on there. I laugh whenever I see my seagull icon.
The chances for us to get to use that are going to be limited because you and I hardly ever go to the beach.
Oh, there's gonna be whole rows of this map that I replace with other things.
I do like your bottom section though with the drum drum rolls.
Comedy audience is my favorite.
Yeah. What's in the Wile E. Coyote Fall is the Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Is the bowling ball one the hole?
No.
Nice.
It's just the strike.
And where's the oh, you got the gong over here.
It's a good gong.
The ding and the X being right next to each other is really good.
Yep.
How many of these did you have to go get clip art for versus just a Google image search?
Oh, dude, I just indiscriminately copy pasted images onto this.
Love it.
I suppose now that we're broadcasting it, I could get myself in trouble for saying that.
I just noticed my face is behind this
Oh,
whole
yes,
section.
that's the IZ quadrant.
Oh, God.
There's no pictures. It's just things you've said.
Massage it the right way. That bothered me. That's so funny. Bus noise. I came first. I came first. I came first. You just got to figure out how to massage it the right way so it works.
You do. You just got to figure it out.
I don't hate that clip of myself. I thought I would be embarrassed by all of these, but they're all, I feel like they represent me fairly well.
I just did this one to incriminate you.
That's so funny.
I'm gonna time that, and then finally.
And that bothered me from a fundamental level. Fundamental level. If you're a Ableton remix artist, feel free to reach out to us to take any of these samples for a remix if you're willing and able to, because
willing and able to. Thanks, everyone. We thought of the same thing at the same moment.
And that's our show. Thanks for coming back. Oh, man. So, do we have anything upcoming? Oh, Lizard Lounge.
Yeah, man.
On the 31st, you guys are playing.
Blue Light Bandits is playing an EP release show at Lizard Lounge.
Hell yeah.
And it's going to be a sweet time. Eli Mateo on the percussion.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a legendary room. It's fun to finally kick it over there.
Do you know the capacity in that space?
95.
95 in the Lizard Lounge?
Small room.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
That's a Friday night, right?
Yeah.
Could I come to that? Or is that...
Hell yeah.
Oh, that would be sweet.
We've been hoping.
Yeah, absolutely. For sound purposes or just for assistance purposes? Because frankly, in a small room like that, it's probably manageable, but I also don't want to step on toes.
How about just for the company, brother?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Share a ride?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timing might be weird with work.
Oh, when are you going up?
Well, we'll be getting there early.
Meaning like around 2?
9 o'clock show. We'll probably be getting there around 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah, that is going to make it weird.
Although a bunch of people are going, so
okay,
might be able to snag a ride later.
Cool. I'll see if I can figure it out.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like a problem to me.
No, I think it's should be pretty easy.
And this is for your EP release. Sadness, Madness, Pride, and Greed. We talked about that last week.
Yeah, we did.
We listened to the masters. That video we made, I think, is really good.
Yeah, dude.
You guys, without headphones on, I think talked really organically. Like, like never during the listen back did I think you guys sounded inauthentic whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think that's a great format for you guys to talk in. I mean, it sounded just like we talk in the living room. So
yeah,
hopefully all those Instagram stalkers enjoy seeing you guys actually hanging out.
Yeah,
like all your content so far has been so curated. Like you're so professional. Get unprofessional, baby. Offend some people.
Simon does like the C word.
Yeah, but it's a word. People need,
just like any other word.
People need to know the correct way to use it, and he's a great teacher.
The Australian way.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though he's Swedish. The Australian/European way is
He gets
probably
it.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never thought of it in terms of like region, but that's exactly what it is.
Have you heard Jim Jeffries' bit about this?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude. He sort of credits it for becoming really popular in America because he was like, it's just like something me and my people say pretty naturally when we're being funny. And in America, like, it was a taboo thing and still is
Yeah.
in a lot of places. So he was one of the first comics to like run in here and just be throwing it around like crazy.
And people were like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
chill, bro."
Yeah, that's I'm paraphrasing, but like he has a really cool. It's either in his stand up or it's like him on a podcast talking about his career. But yeah,
Speaking of comedians, hot take, might get shit for this. I tried watching the new Chris Rock special.
Yeah.
After having seen a lot of clips from it and
Yeah.
really enjoying the clips,
yeah,
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think his pace is okay. Tough for me to say, having not really been a long-term Chris Rock stand-up fan, but after having seen enough of his older material and seeing him get like real Def Jam laps, I really felt like his new stuff was kind of like a caricature of himself during those younger years.
yeah,
And in the way, man, I don't want to compare him to Dave Chappelle because they're two totally different people, but the way that Dave Chappelle's humor kind of slowed down and matured, I guess I would have expected Chris Rock's to have done the same, but he does seem to be attacking it with the same like energy that he did when he was younger. And I don't know, I feel like it doesn't have the same impact as it did in his more early year sketches, or
Yeah.
not sketches, sorry, in his early year stand-up specials. But like I said, I'm no Chris Rock historian, nor do I know the majority of his catalog, so
yeah.
tough for me to really say. But I didn't get any laughs outside of the specific clips that were kind of like posted all over social media. And it kind of tells me maybe that's why those were the only clips I saw on social media, because maybe they were the only thing that had like a lot of genuine laughs tied to them. The recording of The Room also didn't lead you to laugh at any particular things. It was a quiet audience recording. Like the audience was very quiet for a lot of his set. And I only got through about half an hour. It's an hour, right?
I actually don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Fuck. I feel like I shouldn't have said that having you not have seen it.
I've
Because I don't want to influence your opinion of it.
Ash watched it. You've watched it. I've heard other comedians on podcasts talk about it. I think I'm pretty familiar with what it is and what it's like through the clips I've seen and the material that I read about. And I don't think you would get much shit for that. I think that's a lot of people's opinion on this. The headline articles are talking about the things he said, but I think it seems like you're expressing it more as just an energy and vibe and performance kind of feeling, not like the material itself. And I think a lot of people feel that way.
Well, it was funny. A lot of the things he said in a very like, this is the setup and here's the punchline. I never really felt like either of those things were very funny. He just said it he said it in that voice that he always has.
Yeah.
And expected laughs. And it felt like the audience was almost like pressured in a laugh. Like someone was standing off stage with a gun. Like he did his cadence. Like, you better fucking laugh now. But like,
We're filming a special.
but the material of what he was saying was more of a narrative like Dave Chappelle kind of does, calmly and over a long period of time without a lot of laughter. Like he's not trying to cue you to laugh. And everything about Chris Rock's cadence cues you to laugh when he's like talking up, and then when he brings it down, that's the punchline. And in this special, I felt like a lot of those ups and downs weren't. It's like, yeah, you haven't gotten to the funny part yet.
Yeah.
Like, you're kind of just setting up what you're doing. Why are you taking us on this kind of like journey for no reason?
Yeah.
Like, just string your whole idea together and then hit us with the funny part, and I'll respect the hell out of it because you're Chris Rock and you've been doing this for years. And your opinions go so deep now. It's like, I'll be interested to hear actually more of your authentic thought first.
Yeah.
And then get to a knockout funny punchline rather than feeling like I'm being set up to feel like there's a lot of jokes spread out through that whole narrative.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I do. I don't know. I think in particular it seems like I'm not a huge fan of the way people reacted to the jokes he told about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, having heard the segments where he makes those jokes, I feel a little underwhelmed by like the cultural significance that I expected to kind of give those jokes enormous momentum and relevance.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like, oh, I don't know, maybe I thought there would be either more clever or more savage jokes at their expense than what he said. And he has to be careful, I know, to a degree, but dude, I mean, I told you this when we talked about it the first time. Watching those clips made me want to go back and watch old Chris Rock stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And I actually can't explain why those clips hit me harder. I can't. I wonder if it's like just a bias from look at you go. Taking down some thoughts for later.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
You and your soundboard.
That was more me excited to use that for the first time.
Great suggestion, Rachel. That was
Yes,
a good,
indeed. Nailed it.
Great suggestion.
I can't explain why those old clips. It might even just be like the video quality.
I think that does play into that era of thing. I think the audience volume in the mix makes a big difference because it cues you to laugh at the parts that the audience found extra funny. So it kind of gives you encouragement to laugh at something you may not have ordinarily laughed at.
Well, I was going to say your point about the way Dave Chappelle does comedy. There's something, I mean, because he does sort of switch right back and forth between heavy and funny and lighthearted and heavy. And that's really cool in a big giant space. And it's extra epic to capture an audience's attention on that spectrum of like dynamic vibe in the room.
Right.
And I do appreciate that Chris Rock has always performed comedy like he's in a tiny comedy club, and people in the room are like being blown away by the energy of what they're seeing. And it might be that those early Chris Rock recordings, those rooms are certainly not as big as the ones he's doing now, but they're still big rooms, you can tell. But like, I don't know, there's just something more raw about it, I guess. And when you put all those small things atmospherically together, it's like, it's just you can make the case that it's a more authentic, raw, genuine thing to a degree. Because he's like a exponentially huger celebrity than he was then.
Yeah.
So everything, it feels a little bit less real, even though he's talking about all this very real stuff and joking on himself for being wealthy and successful.
Yeah.
It still just doesn't hit as hard as like seeing it happen that much closer to when he was first doing it and figuring it out. I can't explain that, but that was I didn't actually laugh out loud at any of the what was it called? Selective outrage. I didn't laugh out loud at any of the selective outrage clips I saw. Didn't really make me want to go watch the whole thing. But then I went back and watched old Chris Rock clips, and I was right back to being like, oh yeah, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's one of the best. So, and that's the cool thing about the level of access to media that we have is like, even if you don't like Chris Rock's new special, you're very likely to be in my position of like, I'm going to go actively watch older Chris Rock stuff, and he's going to benefit from that too. And that's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, who cares if it wasn't his best special?
Yeah, completely agreed. I'm glad he got to make some jokes about the Will Smith experience because I think that's all going to get wrapped up now, and it's not going to be a big issue anymore. It's like Chris Rock took a year off to process, had a few comments to select individuals, was still very brief about it.
Yeah.
got to let Will go through his whole apology tour, releases a comedy special, kind of gets justice with a big joke at the very end about Will and Jada to cap it off.
Yeah.
I think he's just going to leave it behind and move on, and I'm just happy to see this is all wrapped up, and I'm sure every social media platform is going to try to keep this bubbling because it's such a good clickbait subject.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to see this kind of resolve itself. At least it seems that way to me.
Do you play into the theory at all that Chris Rock has a long-form obsession with Jada?
I just haven't heard that theory, but
Kind of an interesting...
on a slapshot thought, I don't think anything of it.
Well, number one, and I only mention this because I had the similar reaction. I was surprised at my own reaction to this, that I forgot this. They were in Madagascar together. Zebra and Hippo. Marty and Gloria.
Interesting. I didn't think about that, but
So-
I know that on voice acting rules, you hardly ever see your cast.
Yeah. It's Madagascar has had absolutely nothing to do with like the 2016 Oscars thing and onward. So like it just haven't given it any thought. But like the last time I was aware of Jada and Chris Rock being connected by
Was in
something in pop
Madagascar.
culture, it was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I think
It's an excellent movie.
it's so good, dude.
Madagascar 2 wasn't that bad, but Madagascar 1 was like cream of the crop.
It's some of my favorite animation
Yeah.
of characters to watch. I love the speed of it. It's such a fast animated movie. Yeah, it's it's great.
Kowalski, status report. Yeah, the jokes hit sharp and fast.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of pop culture references.
Yep.
It's a cookbook. It's a cookbook. Like that shit from oh my god. What's the show?
Twilight Zone.
Twilight. Thank you.
Yeah.
How did that name escape me? And the you blew it up, you maniac. When he burns down the beacon.
Darn you all to heck.
Darn you
Yeah.
all to heck. That's so funny from a Planet of the Apes. Like kids wouldn't even know what that is, you know what I mean? Like
Dude, well, okay, sorry. I just had to take a second and look up. You said the best pop culture references. The first one in my head is the two monkeys, Mason and Phil.
Yeah.
The one who, the deaf or the
Phil
mute
can
one.
read though. Phil?
No, I was trying to think of. He's like, oh look, and I had to look up who it was. But he goes, Tom Wolfe speaking at Lincoln Center, and Tom Wolfe has something to do with monkeys, right?
I think so.
Oh no, novelist. Shit, I can't remember what the significant. There was.
Hit your buzzer button.
I learned it. Yeah, right.
Bitch.
I learned at one point there was significance, like in a monkey way, to saying Tom Wolfe is speaking at Lincoln Center.
Tom Wolfe.
Yeah. You, higher mammal.
Can you read?
Sorry, Chris Rock. So, I think it's like a.
No, more Madagascar. sorry.
The one of Jada's people was like, Chris has been obsessed with Jada forever. There was the 2016 Oscars thing where she boycotted the Oscars and he made the joke that she wasn't invited.
It's like boycotting Rihanna's pussy. I didn't really think that joke was that.
I'm gonna get that on here.
Oh no! Ah!
Isaac doing problematic Chris Rock impressions.
God damn it!
Hey, I got the bleep button ready to go whenever you want to do his old material.
You mother!
You mouthed it.
And I got the. What are those called? Phonetics. The f in the.
Oh yeah. So yeah, but they said that even going back to early 2000s stuff, that Chris Rock, I don't know, she just insinuated that Chris Rock has always as
Entanglement. And entanglement.
he wanted an entanglement according to the source.
August. I got into an entanglement with August. I'm so sorry.
It's what the
Derailing
it's
the
what
train.
Richie Aprile in The Sopranos would say is that he had a hard-on for her throughout his
okay.
whole career. Just always trying to stir the pot and create drama. And then
The instigator.
yeah. And apparently Will Smith has still continued to reach out to see if they just can talk, and he's not gotten back. But I think I'm with you. Besides that amount of inside info, I really don't care what happens now. I think I'd like to go
don't
back
care.
to. I didn't see Emancipation. It looks like a crazy movie. Probably
Did you see
would.
Concussion?
No.
Nobody did. I'm just joking. I'm sure it was fine. It's
What
an
if I
important
did, but I
story.
can't remember because I had a concussion.
There's another one for your soundboard.
Yeah, that would be a pretty good one. But yeah, I don't know. I would say there's probably a lot of people out there who are of the same general opinion that Chris Rock's newer material has just not hit the same way
Yeah.
as his old stuff. And I'm in that camp, I think.
Yeah. Did you see they're remaking White Guys Can't Jump
Yes.
With-
I heard this talked about extensively.
with Jack Harlow?
Jack Harlow and the dude from Power.
He better be not the guy from Power, but Jack Harlow better actually have some basketball skills, or I'm gonna be so. I have no interest. I mean, I already have like 20% interest because the original is so good. Wesley Snipes is the funniest guy for that role. It's so good.
Yeah.
And he pairs with Woody Harrelson very well. And Rosie Perez, excellent.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
They talked about this pretty extensively on The Bonfire. They
Yeah.
went into
I haven't heard that actually.
who would have been better main cast members than the two guys that were chosen.
Who'd they settle on?
Well, Pie in the Sky, they were throwing out crazy names, but for the black dude's role, Lakeith Stanfield, and you know who that is, right?
Nope.
The
You like my
not the lead guy from Get Out, but the other one, the one who gets taken at the beginning.
Huh?
Get Out, remember?
Yes.
They kidnapped the dude at the very beginning of the movie.
Oh, is he also in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was in the call center trippy ass movie.
I'm sorry to bother you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
I forget. He's in
Eastside Atlanta.
I loved the first season of that show, and then I never went back to finish it, but I know there's a lot more.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Clip.
They said he would have been better, and I just know him more.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the white dude, there was they were kind of jumping all over the place with who would be acceptable given age, but people better than Jack Harlow for that. They were like
Eminem.
Well, they were saying like you got to try to get some of Woody Harrelson's funny.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because
so,
he is just organically a funny guy.
Yeah, and there are a few celebrities, actors or entertainers who are known to be like pretty solid basketball players, and that has to go into it. Did you see You People? The movie, I think it's on Netflix with Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy.
Oh man. I saw the trailers leading up to it, and I was like, oh, I'd love to watch this when it comes out. It came out, I saw it, I had an opportunity to watch it, and I decided against it because I was just feeling like something else, and I never got back to it.
I think you can pass on it.
Really?
It had some good moments, but it's not a great movie.
Who directed it? Was it a Jonah Hill like project, or was it an Eddie Murphy project?
I'll look that up. I'm not sure. You could catch some clips on YouTube probably.
I mean, I
and
felt the
feel
trailer.
fine.
I felt,
Oh my god, it is reviewed very poorly on the internet. Kenya Barris directed it. I'm not actually sure.
Wasn't woke enough.
No, that was one of the issues I think it had, was that
It was too woke?
no, it's not woke. It's just, it was very on the nose in how it was scripted and how you worked through the story, which is white Jewish dude and black girl.
You mean there were no twists? It was like, if you were told the setup to the movie, you could have mapped the whole movie yourself, and it was exactly that.
Yeah.
Just using...
Yeah, you watch the trailer and you kind of put it all together.
Yeah.
And it's a comedy, so it's an Eddie Murphy-ish comedy, so
It's a lot of tension, it's a lot of awkward stuff, it's a lot of...
Yeah.
You expect them to go through a moment of them being like, we can do this, and then going through a moment of like, we can't do this. And that's when they console their best friends and they tell them advice and they get to have a second chance and there's some redemption and the family has redemption. Like, I'm sure it's all, yeah. Yep. Sounds pretty straightforward. Probably
He has a
not too
problematic
exciting.
mom and she has a problematic dad, and they fight and then they fight and then they fight and then they fight, and then at the end the parents apologize and the kids apologize to each other and everybody gets together. Anyway, you really don't have to see it as a whole movie.
I mean,
but it had some good scenes. Eddie Murphy was like a smooth, like quick talking Eddie Murphy character, which was fun.
Is it Crazy Stupid Love? No, obviously not.
No,
It's not the same.
I love that movie. That movie's hilarious.
Well, in the way that like it all ties together.
No big twists like that.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Crazy Stupid Love did have the big twist at the end.
But yeah, I think you can skip that one. But they were saying this movie had a basketball scene with Jonah Hill. And Eddie Murphy kind of puts Jonah Hill in like a street ball situation that he thinks he's going to fail at, but then he ends up balling super hard, kicking ass. And anyway, when they talked about this, they argued about how that made Jonah Hill look like he was really good at basketball, but it really was just a lot of editing. And it's kind of hard given his just size and stats that Jonah Hill would ever successfully play street
Jesus
ball like
Christ.
that. But yeah, it was.
I mean, Adam Sandler is kind of the same physique at this age, and he fucking balls hard. So
Yeah, well, yeah, age is a problem with Adam Sandler, but he would have been a. They also mentioned Jason Segel would have been great, but you forget that.
oh no!
But Jason
He would have
Segel's
been so funny.
Jason Segel's like in his 40s now, so it's not the same
Yeah, it's not the same.
as the role in the original movie. But there are a bunch of guys that I think would have been better than Jack Harlow, but we'll see. Jack Harlow's done a bunch of commercials and stuff.
I mean, he must have impressed somebody at the audition.
Yeah.
So like for such a big franchise to be recast like that, I mean, it had to have been recast. So like, whatever. But and to go with a rapper first or a primary rapper, secondary actor. That's like surprising. Like at that point, I almost suspect they may not have enough faith in the script to think the script itself will bring people in. Like they need to get someone in that was like, oh, it's a movie about him. Like, let's get Jack Harlow because every teen thinks he's a fucking hot, relaxed guy who doesn't take himself too seriously. Like, I mean, guy said is who Woody Harrelson was. So like, it checks out.
Last summer when I had my hair particularly longer all around, there was a group of fratty dudes in Southie when I was loading into Loco with the band who were like, Jack Harlow! I didn't realize they were talking to me because
That's funny.
then the dude ended up tapping me to say that.
What's poppin'?
Oh,
Brand new
I
whip
haven't heard
just
that
happened.
yet. And then Ash laughed really hard when I mentioned that. She was like, who is that again? And then looked him up and started laughing really hard. We do have kind of a similar beard and hair look, I guess. But it's not the same.
You're 99% less of a douchebag. Checkmate.
Why is he a douchebag? I'm not sure I know why.
He's not a douchebag. That's how he presents himself. As
Yeah.
not giving a fuck. Gonna fuck a slut. Touching on her butt. It's just like,
Are those his lyrics?
no, but like that's the aura he like is representing, is just like, don't let me speak for Jack Harlow. I don't know shit about him other than like the first impression.
Are you saying he has a Pete Davidson-aity about him?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll put it to you this way. If someone doesn't know who Jack Harlow is, they text their niece or their daughter or someone, and they immediately know who it is. And it's like, oh my God, he's so cute. And it's like, that's Jack Harlow, first impression. Everyone's young daughter or niece thinks Jack Harlow is like the hottest thing right now. Every teenage fuckboy is trying to be Jack Harlow. And Jack Harlow leans into it. It's like the gray sweatpants, the oversized black hoodie, the gold chain poking out the shirt, and then everything else is just, I don't care. I woke up like this. I don't care about, like, I don't take this seriously. That's the new attractive. Not giving a fuck. Rick Sanchez.
You are on a college campus a lot of the time. You are close to the pulse of what's hot and in.
But it's an engineering school, so it's 50-50. 50% of the time, you're like, this person probably hasn't looked in a mirror for a hot second.
One nice thing about the You People movie was Jonah Hill's parents are played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Excellent.
And David Duchovny.
Excellent.
And that is pretty hilarious. And then Eddie Murphy and Nia Long are Lauren London's character's parents, and they're great. But Eddie Murphy's, it was a nice. Eddie Murphy's hilarious, man. It was nice to see him back in a thing. Feel normal about it.
He's a great actor. I love the way Eddie Murphy is able to kind of look and feel very natural.
Yeah,
behind on a set, he does a great job. Were you with us when we were putting up his stand-up the other night, Eddie Murphy?
Yes, we watched the Elvis clip.
God damn it, he's so good. Watching him just blow people's minds. Was he like the next Richard Pryor? Or was there anybody in between Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy that was that influential and impactful?
I think I'm under the impression that Richard Pryor ran the 70s and Eddie Murphy kind of took the torch from him for the 80s.
Yeah. Unreal. The size of those audiences too, man. I mean, that Raw video is probably a theater of like...
He's like 23 or something.
Yeah.
In that. It's so crazy.
He's so confident.
Yeah.
He just owns being up there. It's the coolest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are unbelievable specials, man.
I know so many people say this bullshit, but seeing how few phones are out at those shows and how everybody's just like locked in because they know they have to remember it.
Yeah.
I really think that's, man. Do you think they'd ever do a concert where they force you to lock up your phone?
I think the technology is going to, it's going to get chiseled down to being affordable enough to have pretty much everywhere.
Do you think they'll eventually be able to add some sort of geo fence where your phone gets shut off? Like it's as though you have a bag over it?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
A non-intrusive but very intrusive. It would allow you to make calls.
FaceTime people in.
Yeah.
What I've heard a lot of the comics say about it is that only people like Dave Chappelle and Pete Davidson can afford to tour with that system. It's very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Which is why only some clubs and some comics are able to use it consistently. I heard it's Joe Rogan's comedy club just opened
The
in
Mothership,
Austin.
Comedy Mothership.
And I think that's part of every show.
I love the aesthetic. I think it's a great looking comedy club.
Oh, his club. Yeah. It looks sweet.
Yeah. Does he doesn't perform every night, right?
Well, I don't think he would perform every night.
I watched some clips from his first show from the premiere night.
Yeah.
And it looked sick. It was Tony
That's cool.
Hinchcliffe, Roseanne, Joey Diaz, Shane. Who else was up there? I can't remember. It was a great lineup though. And then I think he headlined, but no, it's got 2 rooms. It was an old theater, I think, called the Ritz.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool if somebody bought the little theater in the Worcester Auditorium and turned that into a little comedy club. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, in the Worcester Auditorium. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to figure out some parking though.
I think the old Foothills Theater underneath the Mercantile Center, where we used to see the Christmas Carol play with Mom and Dad every Christmas.
What? There's a theater underneath the Mercantile Center?
Yeah, you remember going there, right?
No.
What?
Not consciously.
Dude. Yeah. When you're at the Harpoon Beer Garden and you're looking straight ahead at the wall of the Mercantile Center, if you follow that wall all the way to your left, and then like kind of there's this corner of that building in that alley, and there's these old big doors, and there's no sign anymore, and they're closed. But if you go in there, then you go down 1 level, and there's this like really cool theater in there.
What the hell?
We used to go there all the time, man. For like we saw, I believe we saw like a Peter Pan production there.
Holy shit.
They had a Christmas Carol thing in there that was like a local production of that it was in the Worcester Common Outlet days. It was part of the Common Outlets Mall in that building before that got turned into what it is now.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Who owns it?
I think it's just sitting dormant, dude. I hear about these things in downtown Worcester sometimes.
Oh, what a cool place to have and have it be a venue.
Yeah, and it's perfect for comedy because it's like a little theater room.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How have I not known about this?
Well, nobody's talking about it. I just see it a lot because I'm always down there.
Yeah. God damn. You've never been in there recently, right?
No. Nope. Last time I was down there was when we saw a production there.
Peter Pan.
It was one of those things where like Mom always pointed out that like someone who taught her music when she was in school
Went there? Or...
was always there, like some sort of music director near the soundboard or something.
Huh.
Or maybe he was playing keys for the show like from there while the show was going on that was coming through the system. It was something like that. But yeah, I think that's just the word is that it's just sitting down there.
We must buy.
Well, it would be cool.
Where is that crypto investment?
But it's all part of that Mercantile building that's now got like a Ruth's Chris in it, and that retail space where they've been doing free COVID tests is probably going to get developed into something at some point. So
Yeah.
and the scariest CVS in the whole city.
Yep.
That's all in that block now.
When are they going to do shit, there was something coming in Worcester that I'm forgetting. I had it on the tip of my tongue just a second ago. Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. The Midtown Mall. That was going to be something, right? Or were they going to rejuvenate it?
They're doing that right now. If you drive by it, you'll actually see, like tomorrow, you would see workers in there, like scraping stuff off windows. And
what's that going to be? The Midtown Mall again?
I'm not sure. I think they might be giving the whole space a facelift and then bringing vendors back into the little shop hovels.
Yeah. So kind of like Faneuil Hall.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's cool, man.
Yeah, it has the potential to be.
Especially around right there, you know?
Yeah.
Joe's is in such a perfect spot now that Worcester's kind of blossoming very, very slowly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good spot for a record store.
Who's your hairdresser again? Barbara Streisand.
Chanel cuts my hair at True Penny Barbershop.
True Penny.
Which is...
That's over by Via, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that little weird parking lot.
I've been seeing enough split ends. I'm thinking I'm going to go get this shoulder chopped.
Dude. True Penny will take care of you.
Yeah.
In fact, if you go see Nick, you could talk disc golf.
Oh, I'm going to be like, I specifically request Nick so I can banter about fairway drivers.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Put a little outing together. That would be sweet.
So when you're throwing a hyzer, bro, do you like to use an understable or overstable, to get that hyzer flight?
I think you and Nick would get along really well, actually, just anyway.
Okay,
I think
that's
that
cool.
could be good.
We should get him on the show.
That makes sense.
Talk about hairdressing.
disc
I
golf,
mean barbering.
music.
Yep.
He and John wanted to start an emo karaoke night at the Pint, like a weekly thing.
John Bricker?
John, another barber at True Penny.
Oh, cool.
And it sounded like that idea had some legs for a little bit, but it didn't end up taking, which was sad.
Where? At the barbershop?
No, at the Pint.
Oh, sorry.
You've been to the Pint, right?
Okay, funny story. I've been to the Pint twice.
Cool.
Once with you guys, you, Ashley, Ricky met us there.
Oh, yeah.
Dan, we played shuffleboard.
Yeah.
The first time, though, was when Willie, Paul, and I were trying to go find a place when we were 20 to go smoke a cigar that wasn't Siggy's.
Oh, and you went to Victory.
And we went to Victory. We got a cigar. We smoked it inside Victory and then walked over to the Pint to just hang out. And that was our...
Okay.
Very short. But yes, the Pint.
I'm going to report you.
Do it. Do it. Yeah, the Victory doesn't have any shuffleboard games.
Yeah, no.
So we had to go to the Pint because shuffleboard.
Giant Connect 4.
Yep.
That thing where you throw the ring on the string.
Oh, yeah, the ring on the hook.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to hook it on and then you move the
I
shot
can't remember
forward.
what that game is called.
It's a great game.
It's great.
It'd be fun to do it with like a trampoline and a basketball hoop, like a little marble.
Like that?
Gimme. Oh, hello. My
In-ground trampoline.
Good catch. How those headphones been treating you, by the way?
Good. Very good. Come on now.
What happened? You might have to flip the cup. Flip the cup.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a cup of flip.
Flip cup?
Flip cup.
My
My favorite
flip cup.
That was my favorite drinking game in college.
Yeah, it's the most fun.
Sorry, slap cup.
Yeah, sure.
And some people play stack cup if you don't want to be aggressive and destroy cups, but nothing like smacking your
So white collar.
nothing. There's just something that makes me so happy about just like stiff backhanding a solo cup into the wall.
There's no greater reward you can give yourself for drinking really, really fast.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to drink fast. They have to drink.
You're giving me good ideas for the last day in this house.
I wonder when we're gonna have that party. I should probably figure that out before our landlord
Could
comes and
have it
takes
on
pictures.
my birthday.
Could be on your birthday.
It's a Saturday.
Just an empty house. No couches.
I actually think that would be hilarious.
No furniture. I just realized we have to move the coffee table the table from outside. We have to move.
Oh no.
That's gonna suck. Where is that gonna go?
I mean, honestly,
Al's rubbish.
we could go on loaner to Jay.
He has a deck, doesn't he?
He'll be needing a place to put deck stuff.
I kind of think that's the best place to send it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool with me.
Yeah.
Deal.
We've done business with someone else on our show who's not on this
Who's
show.
not even here. Fuck it.
No, that stuff will all get solved in due time.
I just realized I've had a PNG sitting on our logo this whole time.
Oh, that's yes.
Away with you.
My soundboard. Dude, something we talked about earlier, but I thought was kind of cool. I organized my whole record collection on Discogs finally.
Hell yeah.
I've got 182 LPs.
Yep.
Most of them are in excellent condition. Few are in very good or good. And
You didn't do them all by quality, right?
I left out the quality portion of each input. I can go back and, edit all that stuff when I want, but
Yeah.
I've picked up some like thrifty $3 albums that are like, I don't know if this is like fair or good.
Yeah.
I would need it. It's going to take too much time to like test everything to give a good answer on that.
Let
But
me read the whole Wikipedia article about vinyl good quality.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I buy most of my albums from Joe's albums, and I think he rarely has used albums for sale that are like what I would think are fair or even good condition. Everything is
Great.
really, really good always. So,
Well, yeah, there's like new unopened, new in original packaging,
yeah.
but opened. Then there's like excellent, and then I'd say there's good, bad, or good, fair,
And then poor. Yeah.
and then poor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I also did my want list. That was
Nice.
another like 75 albums.
Holy, what? You want 75 albums?
Well, I just thought through
I can't even think of 5 that I want right now.
from a collector standpoint which ones I'm going to want to have. So like there's a couple artist collections that I'm close to finishing. Billy Joel, John Mayer. I would also like to just own the classic albums of certain artists. Like I really like Alice in Chains. I'm not like an Alice in Chains fan, but I really want to have Dirt and Jar of Flies.
Yeah.
And I have Dirt, so like I'm looking for Jar of Flies now, and that's gonna be
Yeah.
harder. I would love to have every Dave Matthews Band album, but I was telling you, Discogs is giving me the impression that 2 or 3 of those late 90s, early aughts Dave Matthews Band albums
Never got
may
pressed.
never have been pressed.
Yeah.
And so like I've added those in case there was ever something available that people on Discogs wanted to sell. But
Well, just remember, people can bootleg vinyls, so like
yeah,
be wary of that. My friend from college, James Crooks, told me that metal specifically has a lot of bootlegged vinyl in its community.
interesting.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's hard to recognize, but it's the low bit rate translated to vinyl that's noticeable. Like you hear a severe degradation in quality when comparing against another record in its genre that is truly analog recorded and is boasted for being analog recorded. Like a bootleg and a true recording stand out specifically differently in the metal vinyl genre, which is so funny. I think a lot of the metal music that was really coveted in that era is actually captured on cassette. Like a lot of famous metal bands put out their like very early EPs exclusively on cassette.
Yeah.
And those are buzzing around and have been duplicated a billion times, so the quality's gone down. And what a cool legacy to have for a physical like piece of tangible media. It's so cool.
I had a friend a couple years ago make it to Rolling Stone magazine's 10 best cassette releases of the year,
Oh, that's cool.
because this band just has committed to only cassette as a
Right.
physical for a long time, and they got to Rolling Stone for that. It was pretty sweet.
That is pretty sick. Being any part of a Rolling Stone magazine is pretty cool, other than like just like the tabloids. But
Yeah.
you'd have to still be pretty damn famous to even get in the tabloids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lady Gaga seen with her tits just shoved in.
Are you sure
Jack-
you're reading Rolling Stone?
Jack Harlow on the set, acting like a total slut.
Do you think Jack Harlow's been on the cover of Rolling Stone?
No.
Let's find out.
Well, no, in the tabloid section, sorry. I misquoted my own characteristic. I mean,
Oh, he sure was on the cover.
he was?
Yes.
Oh, Gaga Gaga.
Jack Harlow is watching the throne.
Jesus. Boo. So what, he's Jay-Z now?
It's pretty cool that those dudes said I looked like Jack Harlow.
What's popping?
He's pretty shredded.
Brand new whip just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that bitch like Stockton.
Are these Jack Harlow lyrics?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is from a song with, I forget all the features, but it's called What's Poppin'.
I'm pretty curmudgeon-y now about most new music, especially new hip hop, and I was a little defensive for a while on like, I don't know who they are. They must not be great. But now it's at a point where it's like I'm totally accepting of the fact that I'm so out of touch on.
I remember when you disliked Kendrick Lamar
Yeah, dude. I had
in college.
yeah.
But that was just Money Trees era. Good Kid, Mad City had just come out.
Yes, the first Kendrick Lamar song I heard has never been my favorite Kendrick Lamar song. It's Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe.
Oh, that's what it was. Sorry. You actually cover Money Trees.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I don't dislike that song anymore. It's still it's still not my favorite Kendrick Lamar song by a lot. But I don't think I didn't love the Lord forgive me things that I understand, like him doing an affected version of his voice in the chorus, and then
which is so fundamental to his songwriting.
I
can
know.
See.
Yeah, that combined with I think just the video and the person in college who told me to check it out. He came to Syracuse in 2011, like on the Mad City era of things, and could have gone. And then he came back 2 years later when I was a senior, and I was a fan by that point. Yeah, and he played at our Juice Jam festival, and I got to work at that event and be really close.
That wasn't awesome. During Humble, right?
Nope. That was still Mad City.
Yeah. Still touring the same stuff 3 years later. That's crazy.
Butterfly came out later that year. Mm-hmm. But I remember he did like Backseat Freestyle, and I was singing along with it, and other people in the crowd were singing along with it, and other work study kids that I had in my group were like, "Can I clock out for just the Kendrick Lamar 45 minutes?"
No.
Yeah, and
you stay in here.
I was arm's length from him when he came out from his tent to go up on stage, and it was like, oh, he's very short.
Yeah,
he's a very, very little dude.
Yeah,
but he fills the stage up, man. But yeah, that was
Kendrick Lamar.
My first reaction was so naive of like, I don't really get this.
The most conscious rapper. He's so sick.
Maybe the most important one ever.
Yeah. Barack Obama quoted him.
K-Dot.
Hey.
Need you to come by the White House. Talk about drones.
Just don't talk about Michelle. She loves you. All right, man. We're about at an hour.
Oh, okay. Cool. That was fun.
That was fun. We had a pretty relaxing week. We got some important stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's I gotta send you some clips I want you to throw on the soundboard for next time. I love getting to talk to you about what's actually on there.
Hey, brother.
Soundboard.
Are you laughing at my brother?
I was writing down things to talk about.
Is that why you slap my brother around in public?
Well, it wasn't because we didn't have good podcast topics
Whatever
to talk
happened
about.
to Am I my brother's keeper? Huh?
Yeah, dude. It was a good one.
Yeah. Send us fun stuff at familiarsoundspodcast@gmail.com. Have we ever gotten an email?
I would love that, man. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Please email us with some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Or stuff you want to hear us talk about.
And you can find us on YouTube, so like, comment, and subscribe. Smash it.
I want you to absolutely annihilate that subscribe button.
Great mute work, dude. That was awesome.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, check out Blue Light Bandits' new EP, Sadness, Madness, Pride, and Greed, on all streaming audio platforms. And yeah, tell your friends about us, because we're normal people who talk about normal shit, not weird stuff.
Normally.
All right, bye. See, I'm relatable. People get me.
Were you recording when you said that?
I'm still recording.
Okay, all right. I really want that for the board.
Yeah.